He probably did. Or the industry sacrificed him. And it was just his time to go. They sacrificed him. Or he really got robbed. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? Looks be deceiving. Everyone on the Saints losing. Molek. I don't know when I'm hitting up Portland. Yeah, I'm vegan. I try to eat healthy. Cause you could be vegan and don't even eat healthy. I know that, right? You could be vegan and don't eat healthy. I gotta cut out the French fries. Cause there's still a whole bunch of greasy food that you can eat that's vegan, you know what I'm saying? Like I had these eggplants the other day, but they were fried eggplants though, so it's kind of defeats the purpose, right? If you eat a fried eggplant, that shit ain't even a real eggplant no more, right? That shit is just a greasy, fried vegetable. And you know they say when you cook the vegetables and the fruit, well, you don't cook fruit. Nobody cooks fruits. Well, yeah, some people do cook fruits a little bit when they be putting it on when they put it on stuff. But yeah, like if you cook a vegetable, it takes the electricity out of it. They say. Mm-hmm. Like the life, if that makes sense.
Hey, Wagwan, man. Yo, talk about vegetables and cooking shit. Yeah, man, it just makes the enzyme. Yo, check this out, man.
Say some Jamaican shit. You just trying to say some Jamaican shit?
Nah, man. I talk like that, man. I listen to too much reggae. I speak with too much of a patois.
Alright, go ahead. What you about to show me though?
Oh man, this is the setup, bro. This is how you get your water, man. This is a distiller, right? You fill this up with a gallon of water. This shit evaporates all of it. There's a carbon filter right here, getting rid of all the VOCs, volatile organic, chemicals. Because all the chlorides form the chloramines, and if you don't have that carbon filter, it could be a lot worse, right? But distilled water, right? Then you put it in one of these things. Look at this. This is. Yeah, you get tap water and put it straight in here. If you want double distilled is better. That's like the cleanest water, right? So this you can get for $70 on eBay. Then I structure the water. So this. All right. So I've heard that too, and I've also heard that it only robs you of the negatively charged inorganic minerals. So if you get plant-derived minerals, it won't pull those out. But all the inorganic aluminum and shit like that is inorganic, like in cereals, man, this shit up here, right? I don't eat this shit, but this stuff, all this iron, is not real iron, dude. It's just iron shavings. You could crush this shit up and get a magnet, and you'll see that it's all bullshit. But the iron that's in spinach is plant-derived, negatively charged iron, right? So it's different. Tomatoes naturally have a lot of aluminum in it, but it's negatively charged, right? Plant-derived. So you could get this shit, man, Celtic sea salt. This comes from Ireland, but this has the perfect combination of potassium, the ratio of potassium, sodium, and magnesium. See, you need like 2,000 grams of potassium a day, right? And you can get it from your vegetables. But potassium chloride, you can get this at the grocery store, but it's shit, to be honest, because it has silicone dioxide in it, right? That shit's horrible. That shit's silica is nano. That's nano, dude. All this shit. Man, because I'm poor and I'm doing the best I can, man. You know what I mean? This is better, but you need this shit, man. You need to balance potassium, chlorides. Chlorides are salts, and they pull out uranium and all this strontium and all these radiated fucking particles that are raining down from the sky, right? And the potassium and the sodium form an electrolyte, right? But this has all that in it by itself. So if you get like the potassium and mix it with like the pink salt, you know, that forms an electrolyte, right? And that's what you need to have brain function. So with the waters, man, I put in some of this salt, right? Celtic sea salt. I also put in some legit baking soda. This is some pure baking soda. You can get, you know, Arm & Hammer. It doesn't have any aluminum, but it is like filtered, so it's not as pure. It doesn't taste as good as this. Per 1.5 liters, or like 2 liters, you want 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of your salt, half a teaspoon of the potassium chloride, and then if you get some magnesium sulfate, aka fucking this shit, dude, Epsom salts. You want to make sure that it's edible magnesium sulfate, that it's edible, so it will have drug facts on the back that you can take, ingest. People say, oh, take it for, you know, indigestion, you know, constipation. But this is like one of the cheapest detoxes you can get. But that whole combination right there, if you put these salts in your water, this acts as a kidney flush. When people are on dialysis, there's either a kidney dialysis or there is a periodontal dialysis. Kidney dialysis is when they're hooked up and they get it right out of their veins and they're filtering their blood. But this combination pretty much is essentially what they give them through their stomach, and then it flushes out a lot of shit out of your stomach, man. This shit will knock out all this shit out of your kidneys. It's a kidney flush. This shit will help you fast. If you have electrolytes and salts, and you can fast without a lot of cravings and urges, and you keep all your minerals. You know, this has over 100 minerals. The pink salt has about 92 minerals, and this has all of them. Supposed to know if the distiller's working. I mean, I can plug it in right here. Oh shit. You know, it just is a fan with some water in there, and it heats up, it boils, and then it cools it down, and then it goes through this little filter. And you get, this is only $70 on eBay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you gotta change this out. You know, you gotta change out the filter. You can filter it, you can pre-filter it and put it in there to make sure you get rid of, you need a carbon filter. So if you have one of those Brita filters, filter it first, then put it in. You know, like I said, you can double distill it. And then this shit right here, this is how you really structure it. Like, this acts as a structuring because the water goes around these marbles and it oxygenates it, and it does a little bit of a job. But if you really want a heavy duty structured water, and structuring water is creating H2O3, right? It's putting an extra oxygen molecule into the water. So this is the, like, putting the minerals in it and structuring it, this is the best water you can drink. So there's pretty much, it's a whirlpool, and vortexing water is how nature purifies their water, because if a river, it bends and it pulls in water and it spins it brings life force into the water. But to make H2O3, right, this shit is just a little tornado tube, you know. You've seen it in like science class and shit, but I taped around some neodymium magnets that are opposites facing in. So this has an electric charge, a magnetic charge. You put the water in there, stir it up, flip it over, you know, do that about like 4 times, and the shit will bring more oxygen into it. It'll structure the water from a dead distilled water is pretty dead, to bring some life force into it. And then with the added minerals, you know, repeat the whole process, man. Hey, thank you for letting me on, man. But yeah, you're talking about some health shit. I was like, bro, I gotta jump.